For well over a decade, Giuliana Rancic was everywhere on E! But nowadays, you don't see much from the celebrity correspondent. What happened to her? Here are a few clues. Giuliana Rancic found herself at the center of an intense media scandal after her appearance on Fashion Police's recap of the 2015 Academy Awards. During the show, she made a comment about Zendaya that many found inappropriate.
I feel like she smells like patchouli oil. Or weed. Yeah, maybe weed?
Some of the biggest backlash came from Zendaya herself, who released a blistering statement to her Instagram shortly after the episode aired. Zendaya wrote, "To say that an 18-year-old young woman with locks must smell of patchouli oil or weed is not only a large stereotype but outrageously offensive. I don't usually feel the need to respond to negative things, but certain remarks cannot go unchecked." As the scandal continued to balloon, Rancic apologized for making the joke, first on Twitter, then again on E! News.
I want to say to Zendaya and anyone else out there that I have hurt that I am so sincerely sorry.
Zendaya accepted her apology. In April 2015, Rancic appeared on The Today Show to promote her new memoir, Going Off Script. Even then, she couldn't escape questions about her comments. This time around, Rancic appeared a bit more defensive about her involvement in the scandal, going so far as to allege that the joke had gotten taken out of context in the editing room. She also claimed that of the 80 or so people at the taping that day, none of them made any comment that suggested the joke might be offensive.
I see why people took offense. I thought that the joke was not edited in the proper way, and that's just something I have to live with.
On July 9, 2015, Rancic announced she was leaving E! News as a day-to-day anchor, but would continue to co-host the network's red carpet coverage and, curiously enough, Fashion Police. Almost immediately after the news broke, a report from Page 6 alleged Rancic was leaving because E! had hired her arch-rival, Maria Menounos. A source told the publication, "Giuliana knows it's a sinking ship and she's had an awful year. It's half her decision to leave and half getting pushed out." Rancic denied the claims, telling people it was her decision to leave. A few months later, Menounos also denied she was pushing Rancic out in an interview with Redbook magazine, telling the publication, "When I was being sought after by E! I made it very clear to them that I didn't want to be coming over to take somebody's job, and I was assured that wasn't the case." Even aside from the Zendaya scandal, Rancic was having a rough time. In 2011, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and underwent a double mastectomy. Then on New Year's Eve in 2014, Rancic, who welcomed son Duke in 2012 after years of infertility struggles, found out she had miscarried after becoming pregnant with her and husband Bill Rancic's third and final embryo. She told People in April 2015, "It was painful. We were so optimistic with this last embryo. It was a really hard time." Although you may see less of her on E!, Rancic certainly hasn't slowed down in her professional life. She launched a successful clothing line for the Home Shopping Network, a brand of wine, and an initiative to help women battling breast cancer. She also has been splitting her time between Chicago and Los Angeles ever since meeting her husband, who originally hails from the Windy City. But in August 2015, amid the aforementioned Fashion Police and E! News drama, she left California to become a full-time Midwesterner, moving into the couple's newly renovated Chicago home, which is located in the city's swanky Gold Coast neighborhood. Citing the desire for a more normal schedule for her then 2-year-old son Duke, Giuliana told People, "He starts school at the end of summer, and we want him to have a connection with schoolmates and not be going from city to city." Of course, fleeing the incessant tabloid coverage of her tumultuous year seemed to be a nice bonus that came along with the move. Although, to hear Giuliana tell it, career considerations didn't have much to do with it. In October 2017, Fashion Police was canceled. And since then, Giuliana's TV appearances have been few and far between.